Fartcoin is a cryptocurrency that allows users to submit fart jokes and memes to receive initial tokens. It also features a gas fee system where each transaction produces a digital fart sound. Now, I know many of you didn't go through all your financial education and years of college to think you would end up trading meme coins like Fartcoin, but serious investors in the crypto game are talking about these tokens right now today. And for good reason. The token is up 146.2% in the last 2 days. So it doesn't really matter what the name is, if you're going to get returns like that, people are going to be talking about it. And in today's review, we're going to be going through the token and letting you know whether you should be investing in this. So seeing the market cap here is 690 million. It's kind of middle of the road, kind of mid to large sized meme coin, and the circulating supply is 100%. So the token is no longer inflationary. There's no nasty surprises in the future with big token unlocks or anything like that. Okay, so moving on to TradingView and taking a look at the all-time high, and we can see that we dropped down almost 90%, which is the same with a lot of these meme coins. We dropped down almost 90%, but it has since been recovering quite strongly, and we're currently about 72% away from the all-time high. So to put that into context, if this token went back up to its previous all-time high, we're looking at 237%. So very good returns if it were to be able to get back to that all-time high. And if the market does pump, everything's correlated. If BTC pumps a lot, then Solana is going to pump a lot. And if Solana pumps a lot, then Fartcoin is going to pump a lot. So obviously we don't want to compare Fartcoin against USDC because it's valued in Solana. So we want to see how it's doing against Solana to see whether we should just hold Solana or whether we should hold Fartcoin for a higher beta, more risk but more returns. And we can see that Fartcoin against Solana looks to be even more impressive, to be honest. And Fartcoin only came down 80% against Solana, and it's currently only 53% away from its all-time high against Solana, which is quite impressive. So if it got back to its all-time high versus Solana, then we're talking about 114% increase, which is at 2x. So if you understand that, it's like if Solana goes up 10%, then Fartcoin is going up by like 30 or 40% at the moment. It's strongly trending against Solana. And we can see with our RSI indicator here to see whether a token is trending. We can see that Fartcoin has been trending since about the 18th or 19th of March, and it's currently coming into that oversold territory at the moment. So if you were looking to buy it, maybe it would make more sense to wait for a little pullback so you could get a nicer entry position. The other thing that's going to be important with Fartcoin is seeing what the small, medium and large holders are doing. So we want to be buying when the large holders are buying, and we want to be selling when the large holders are selling. And we can see that the run up has been almost completely fueled by small holders, which is like $500 of the token, and these small holders are accumulating a lot right now, while the medium holders tend to be selling off, and the large holders appear to be almost done selling off, but we could see more sell-offs as the price moves up and they come back into break-even territory and they start to come back into profit. Now looking at holder scan, we can see the number of holders is increasing rapidly, but we know that that can be bot users buying a small amount of the token to make the tokenomics look better. So when we come into the small holders here, we can see that they have been buying, and we can see that it has cooled off a little bit in the last couple of days. Looking at the slightly larger holders, and same story, it had a little run up and then it kind of tapered off, and then it had another big increase, and then larger holders again, same story, and then the very large holders, they accumulated early and then they tapered off much more quickly, and then we had another run up again. So for Fartcoin, it doesn't actually look that bad. And when we look at Solana as a whole, we can see that it ran up here quite impressively up until the middle of January, when Trump launched his meme coin and rugged everybody, and the Argentinian president also released his coin Libra, and he scammed everybody as well. People lost interest in the meme coin Casino, and the total value locked, and the volume on Solana dropped off drastically. But we can see that in the last couple of days it is coming back quite a bit. And for me, I wouldn't be holding Fartcoin right now. I think it's had a nice run up, and I think to get in now is more risky. We don't want to blast the top. We should have been getting in when no one was thinking about it. And for me, even Solana is a bit risky at the moment, because if the market pulls back, you could see Solana losing all the gains it's made in the last couple of days. So for me now, I'm going to continue to sit in Bitcoin until we get a clearer impression of what happens with Trump's tariffs on the 2nd of April and the quantitative tightening and quantitative easing. We just want to keep it a little bit more safe until we get a clearer picture of where the market is going. So if the Fed comes out and says they're going to be easing and printing money and lowering interest rates, and the prices start to go up and they're trending up, then absolutely we're going to be looking at high beta plays. But I don't think that time has come yet, and I'm going to be sticking in the safer options like Bitcoin and maybe even something like Sui. But to get into the Solana memcoin Casino right now, I think it doesn't make too much sense. I think this could be a fake out and a bull trap to get people investing, especially the small retail holders, and then run it back down, have them sell their bags, and then continue on with the bull run and have it run up again. So if you wanted to buy and hold for the long term, I think it's going to do well. I think the price is relatively closer to the bottom than it's going to be to the top. But right now, I just want to sit on my hands for a little bit, stay in the safer plays, see what happens in the coming weeks with the general overall market, and take it from there. So for me, it's Bitcoin and liquidity pools and opening up a small few more high beta positions, but Solana and Fartcoin are off the table for me at the moment.